There we are. Guten Yardening, everybody. Welcome. I'm going to give everybody a few seconds, a few minutes to come on in. But once you see me get started here, go ahead down in the chat and do the first thing we ask you to do in every single video. And if you know it, leave your growing zone. We'd love to know where you're all from. So if you want to give us city or if you want to give us the state, if you know your growing zone, leave us a chat down here and let us know where you are from. This is going to be, I think, one of the biggest giveaways. Well, it's the biggest giveaway we've ever done, but hopefully the largest number of people in the chat, which probably means that there's going to be quite a few people here tonight who haven't been here before, who we haven't seen in our live, and so that means they've never experienced one of our giveaways before. And to me, that is exciting. And there's a couple of reasons why that's exciting, but if you've been here for one of our giveaways in the past, you probably know that we don't like to just give away what we advertise prior to the giveaway. So tonight, yes, we are definitely giving away 2 GreenStalk gardens. That is going to happen tonight. But we've got a couple of other smaller prizes that we're going to add in as well as we go through this evening. So we're excited to have you all here this evening. We're excited to see everyone coming on in. Thank you for dropping. We've got people here from Milwaukee, Indiana, Florida, Canada, and this time GreenStalk ships to Canada. We had an experience a couple of giveaways ago where they hadn't quite opened up that door yet, and so we weren't able to give away a GreenStalk to one of our viewers, but we took care of that anyway. Now we don't have to worry about that at all. As long as you're here from the US or Canada, you are going to be eligible to win. Now I dropped the link to our, and I'm gonna actually drop it right back up in there as well, but I dropped the link to the form. If you haven't already filled that form in, we would love for you to do that. To our, and I'm gonna actually drop it right back up in there as well, but I dropped the link to the form. If you have, sorry about that. We had I could hear myself there for a second. All right, so we put the link to the form in here so that you could all sign up if you hadn't already signed up. That's one of the things that you have to do. You have to be registered and you have to be here on the live stream in order to be able to win the GreenStalk tonight. We need everybody here in order to win. So I've got this up toward the top, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give it a star. So you can scroll back up and you'll find the link right up there. There's also a link in the description to the form. Right now, we are sitting at 180 people who have entered, and we've got 72 people in the live stream so far. What does that mean? That means that we're getting close to getting started here with everything, and hopefully, I mean, your chances tonight are really good. Now, before I get too far into this stream, I want to go ahead. I'm gonna hide this real quick. I'm gonna move over to this format. Hey, there I am again. This is giveaway times 2. I want to say thank you to our members on our channel, Havoc33, Kasofsky, and Linda Brown. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate that very much. Linda's brand new as a member of our channel. We definitely appreciate that. There is, of course, the best way to support us, which is to watch our content and to hit the like button and to share with your family, with your friends. That's one of the things that helps us to be able to continue to grow. And the more we grow, the more we're able to do to give back to our community, which is all of you. So that's one way you can do it, to definitely give us a like. Make sure you're watching the content and letting us know in the comments what you're enjoying so we can continue to make content that goes along that vein. The other thing you can do, and they actually just opened this up for channels, is something called a super thanks. And so on all of our videos now, toward the bottom of the screen, right underneath the video, you'll see something that has a heart and the word thanks. And if you click on that, it gives you the option to provide some monetary support to our channel that way as well. Again, the most important thing you can do is to continue to watch and share our content. But if you ever feel like you have the ability to, or you really like the video that you've seen, and you can give us your support in that way as well. Now, before we get to any of these giveaways, go ahead in the chat and let everyone know what you plan to plant if you win one of the GreenStalk vertical gardens. And this is important. See, I read through almost 200 comments, and there were some similarities, but I have to say there was a wide expanse of what people planned to plant. And I think what that speaks to is just the fact that there is really very little in the way of limits to what you can plant in these GreenStalk gardens. And we can speak to some of that from experience, considering we've already grown potatoes, we've tried sweet potatoes, chard, spinach, kale. We've grown quite a variety, and we're just getting started. So I'm looking over here off to the comments here, and I see salad greens and herbs. I see strawberries, which might be one of the most popular things to grow. I see collard greens and runner beans and mint. I love the idea, and a couple of people commented on this, but a salad tower right outside the kitchen. You just open up the door, you pull the different pieces for a salad, for salad fixins, and you put them right in there. That is a fantastic idea. Some people said bok choy. Absolutely love bok choy, and we haven't even tried bok choy in there yet. So that's something we definitely want to try in the future. And I love, some of the suggestions that people were giving were really quite beautiful. I mean, the difference between the peppers and the marigolds and just a variety in there, which is, again, a really valuable decision, because then you're adding curb appeal plus the ability to enjoy some great vegetables. And for most of us, this is, just the beginning of what we're going to be able to grow long term as we learn, as we learn our GreenStalks, as we become better at growing in our GreenStalk gardens. And it's not hard to do. All right. I should mention this, because I've seen a couple of people mention this already, and I definitely think it's worthwhile mentioning. We're almost to Mother's Day, so we're really happy that we're able to have this giveaway right before Mother's Day. Mother's Day is obviously a very special time for all of us. I can definitely appreciate my mother and my wife here. So happy Mother's Day almost to all of you out there. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get to our first giveaway. Now, our first giveaway, and I think this gets the ball rolling nicely, is a $10 Amazon gift card. So I want to tell you the rules for this so you don't get alarmed here. The rules are very simple. If you win one of the smaller prizes, I'm not going to remove your name from the list, because really the reason we're here in general are for the GreenStalk gardens. And so I wouldn't want to give you a $10 prize and take you out of the running. So everyone can hear you have the opportunity to win this prize, and you're going to stay in the running. Now, when we get to giving away a GreenStalk, and if you win one of those, then I'm going to remove your name from the list, okay? But you're all in this to win it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the wheel. This is what it looks like to have 189 names on a wheel. And so there are a couple of things that have to happen here. First of all, you have to be here to win any of these prizes. Right now we're looking at about 81 viewers. And so what I'll do is I'll spin the wheel. We'll see who the winner is. If you're here, please, in the chat, go ahead and say, I'm here, and post that comment so that we can go ahead and make sure we move on to the next prize. If the person isn't actually here, then we'll spin it again. And I should say one more thing. For all of these prizes, you can expect an email from us. And the email that you're going to receive will be from, and I'll actually put it on the screen right now so that we can all have it, will be from contactgutenyardening@gmail.com. So you should expect to get an email from us tonight. And that's important. The email is going to come from us tonight because we want to get these prizes out to you right away. If you win a GreenStalk, we want to send that GreenStalk to you right away. Okay, so this is not one of those things where we'll wait around. We will send those emails out right after the live stream. So expect that from us if you're one of the winners tonight. All right. All right. I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to spin this wheel. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Our first, and this is for the $10 Amazon gift card, goes to Jason Flores. Jason Flores. Okay, Jason, I'm going to click close. Remember, I'm not removing the name from a $10 winner. So, Jason, if you are here in the live stream, go ahead and say, I'm here, and let us know. And if we don't see something in about a minute or so, then we will spin again. All right, congratulations, Jason. If you are here, that's excellent. So I think it's a good way to get started with a nice little $10 Amazon gift card. Is, you know, maybe we can say $10 doesn't necessarily buy what it used to buy these days. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a bit. He's here. Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much, and congratulations, Jason. We will send you that email right after the live stream, okay? Congratulations, Jason. Our first giveaway tonight. You know, when the giveaways are numbered, you know there's going to be quite a few of them. So here we go. We're gonna go back to, since we've given away our first gift card, we're gonna go back to our presentation. I'm actually going to disappear for just a little bit. Try not to miss me too much. So this season, this winter, one of the things that we have done is to try to focus in on the gardening that means the most to us or makes the biggest difference to us. And I've said it before, and I've talked about this in a couple of our videos. We grow, I should say, on less than a quarter of an acre. Actually, it's much less. We grow on about 0.13 or 0.14 acres of land. And what that means for us is that we have to maximize our space. We can't just grow horizontally. If we grow horizontally, we're going to grow a third of the food or a fourth of the food that we can grow on our property. And that's not really what our goal is as we move towards self-sustainability, as we move toward this idea of self-sufficiency and trying to provide all of the vegetables that our family needs. And so we focused a lot this winter on suggestions in our videos, suggestions for things like vertical gardening or growing in containers. And that's one of the reasons why we chose this as our giveaway, because this is something that means a great deal to us, the ability to go up and grow up instead of just growing out. And so I thought about this as a question that I could ask all of you here on the live. This is a very simple question, and that is, what have you found has helped you make the most of your gardening space? So in the comments, if you could leave us in the chat here a comment telling us what you've done that's really helped you make the most of your space this season. Oh, I love this. Nemesis Break says, grow efficient, not deficient. Absolutely. Absolutely. Efficiency in garden is so important. I mean, this idea that we're not going to waste our space. We can't waste our space. Lisa, the cattle panels is so interesting to me. We haven't done it yet, but there's a specific spot that I have in mind that I would love to try that out. So that is a goal. And I see so many of you talking about cattle panels for trellises. And to me, I've seen pictures of it. I've seen people using this. It looks fantastic. One of the Hangry Mama said, I'm just starting out, so container and grow bags. I think the most important thing, and we talked about this in our 5 myths, Here, I'll bring myself back for a minute. We talked about this in the video where we talked about garden myths and trying to dispel that you don't have to start with a massive amount. You can start wherever starting is for you. If you've never gardened before, don't overdo it to the point where you get frustrated or you lose your ability to want to actually continue. You start where you're comfortable and you build up from there. That's certainly what we did, for sure. Now, I see one of the things we also talked about was this idea of which fruits and vegetables work best for us to grow in containers. So that could include something like the GreenStalk vertical garden. It could include the grow bags that some of you are talking about here, or the potatoes in containers, which is something we've done as well. And what I really liked when we put this video out there was the number of people. We just talked about 10 of our favorite fruits and vegetables to grow in containers, and there were other people making suggestions as to what they like to grow in containers. And I think really what's nice about this is it's what works best for you. Just like growing in these green stalks, whatever is the best fit, whatever works the best in your situation, in order for you to avoid the sticker shock that's out there right now. I think somebody commented earlier that if you spent the $10 on seeds, then you could actually get quite a bit. I completely agree with that. I think that's really important to notice. And really, as you go to the store, and hopefully you using this GreenStalk can go to the store less and less. But as you go to the store, probably one of the things that you've noticed is that even the simple things are starting to really climb in price. We've talked about vegetable oil climbing in price and looking at the cost of eggs climbing in price. And then, if we were still buying our vegetables, organic vegetables are so expensive right now. Christina Pooley just mentioned this idea of planting the whole front yard. Well, we actually don't have much of our front yard left either because we've transformed it into a front garden space. And that's something too. You talk about curb appeal. Flowers are beautiful. We have our pollinators out front as well. But what we're adding out front, what we have out front in terms of production is beautiful and it's delicious. Actually, one of our videos a couple of months ago, we did a harvest of an eggplant and made an entire dish from there. It was absolutely fantastic. Danielle McDonald says produce is costing more and not tasting as good. You aren't kidding. It is. My friend Geeky Gardens, my friend Geeky Gardens and I were talking through comments, and one of the things he pointed out is he calls them his paper tasting or cardboard tasting tomatoes that you get at the store. I agree. And Sam, I put your comment up there as well because I would 100% see a house with a vegetable garden in the front and think that's the place for me. That's fantastic. More food is being grown without seed too. I've heard some of that. It's one of the beauties of what we're doing though, is we're only growing things where we can collect the seeds, or at the very least, that's a large part of what we're growing here in order to maximize our space. Every time I see this photo, we had somebody about a year and a half ago come and do an aerial shoot with a drone of our property, and I look at this and I just see happiness here. All of that green, every bit of that square footage that's being used to grow food that is something we were able to enjoy, that we fed to our family, that we took care of. It's absolutely essential. And it just makes me happy to see. All right. I think we got to give away our second item here. Now, our second giveaway is on the screen in front of you. It is a seeding square. Now, for those of you who have never tried this, you've got to check out some of our videos where we focus on what the seeding square does, what the seeding square's benefits are. We've given away a couple of these in the past, and this one's no different. For those of you that don't know what a seeding square is, it's exactly what it sounds like. you are able to plant seeds at a specific interval depending on the type of seed. So if it's a seed that needs a 6-inch spacing, you plant using the blue dots. If it's a 4-inch spacing, you plant using the yellow dots. And if it's a 3-inch spacing, you plant using the red dots. This is especially useful if you don't like thinning out your garden. And I know sometimes it takes a little longer in the intro, but it is definitely a time saver. It's 100% a time saver in the long run. We've been using this now for 2 years. We absolutely love it. That orange thing that's in my hand there in the picture, that has two purposes. On the bottom end that doesn't have the scoop, there's actually a measurement by the inch. So you can poke down the depth that you're supposed to poke down depending on the type of seeds that you're trying to plant. And then the other end has the scoop where you can scoop up the seed and put it into the hole. So you're able to poke down, put it in the hole, and then move on. How many of you have seen this? I'm looking over the comments. It says, seeding square is perfect for raised bed. It's perfect for square foot gardening for sure. Hey, I wish you the best of luck. If it's in your Amazon cart, maybe you could be the one to take it out of here, huh? Take it out of your Amazon cart. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's not hard to use at all, and the ability to the ability to use it's no learning curve. Oh, and it comes with a sheet that actually lets you or tells you what the average spacing or the appropriate spacing is for the various vegetables. So you know, even if you don't see it on the seed packet that you're planting from or the seeds that you've collected, it lays that out for you. Super great for learning plant spacing. I agree. This is easily one of our favorite garden tools that we've acquired over the past couple of years. So let me go ahead and pull up our giveaway wheel with our 189 people on it. I'm excited to do this. All right, there's something about the power in spinning this wheel that's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to say it one more time just in case you get worried, so you don't have to be worried on here. If your name is pulled up for this one, if we spin your name, I am not removing you from the giveaway for the GreenStalk, okay? So no stress. This is an additional giveaway on top of everything else that we have done. So here we go. Let's go ahead and give away our second prize of the evening, a seeding square in 3, 2, 1. Let's spin it and see who's in it to win it. All right. Got to look really closely. This is hard. We've got Kayla F. All right. Kayla F. If you are here, please go ahead and say in the comments, I'm here. And I'm going to keep an eye on the comments really closely because it's really nice. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes the comment goes by so fast, I don't see it. But other people help me by pointing it out. So if you are here, Kayla F., yeah, the applause is pretty great. I agree. I think the applause is where it's at. Kayla F., if you are here, please let me know in the... Oh, she's here. All right, I see it. Thank you very much for letting me know she's here. I appreciate that. Now we can move back to our presentation. That is very helpful to me. And congratulations, Kayla. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. We 100% appreciate that. Wow, 2 down. The question is, how many more to go, I guess. Well, one of the things that we started focusing on about 4 months ago was adding to our garden and our goal of self-sufficiency by adding in some of the eggs and eventually some of the meat products. And so I'm curious how many of you have seen some of our quail video. Now, I know that this is a little bit of a departure in some ways from the main theme of our channel, but it's become a pretty important part of our channel and our experience as well. So if you've seen some of our quail videos, let us know in the comments. And if you're interested, or if you're somebody who's been interested in quail, in raising quail, in what that looks like, even in an urban or even a suburban setting, let us know in the chat. Because, Tina, I'm assuming, hopefully I said your name correctly. It is not too late to enter, but you have to click on the form at the very top of the page, okay? All the way at the very top. And then your name will be entered in as well, okay? Yes, sorry. So it is a huge addition to our production here. And I'm going to show you a couple of examples of that in just a second. What I'm going to do, so if there is anyone here who just came in who isn't signed up right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up the link, and I'm going to reshare that link, okay? Because I don't want anybody to not have an opportunity to get in here. So you'll bear with me as I look all around. I promise you I know where I'm going here. All right, here we go. Here is the link, the brand new link, or the same link, but a brand new posting of the link for all of you if you haven't already entered in to our giveaway. Now, this is an opportunity here. I'm going to pull this up to just make sure everybody gets in. Hey, you know what? If you're enjoying yourself tonight, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already given us a thumbs up, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, please. We would really appreciate that. And I'm going to keep an eye out for people who have just come in to make sure everybody gets in, okay? Yep, I see you all in there. Excellent. And I'm going to make sure that you're pulled up on the wheel of names. I'm looking over at the comments right now, and it says, I've added 10 hens to my backyard garden. That's fantastic. 10 hens means pretty soon, I don't know how old they are, but you're going to be getting some pretty good eggs quickly. It says, okay, let me pull this one up here real quick. Wits End Farm says, I haven't seen them, but I'm excited to watch. What's their typical egg production? Well, I can tell you, I can speak to, and I'll actually show you this on our site here in just a second. We have been pretty consistently getting an egg a day from our hens, the ones that are old enough. I mean, very consistently. Most of them lay somewhere around, from what we've heard, from what we've researched, 310 to 330, somewhere in that range, eggs per year. So you're getting one almost every single day. I think the thing that you have to remember about them is that size-wise, they're about a third to a fourth the size of the standard chicken egg. And so that's something to keep in mind, because the end result is that you're going to need to eat more. You're going to need to use more. And what we typically say is that we have about 24 or 25 eggs for a big breakfast scramble for a family of 4 or 5. So there's something along those lines. And you know what? We're brand new to this. And so one of the things that I think is really cool about this process, and just gardening in general is the same thing. As we're learning, we're able to share some of what we've learned with you. And that makes a big difference for us. We shared when we hit, within 3 months, we had 365 eggs laid. One of the other things that's really, really cool about about quail eggs and quail in general is that they start laying pretty early on. In fact, we had a couple of our quail lay within about 4.5 weeks, which is very young. They don't usually lay that early, but if you're talking about 6 to 7 weeks and you're already getting eggs and egg production, that's pretty awesome. And the other thing too that I think is really cool about quail, about the process, is that once they start laying, you can start increasing the size of your covey pretty easily, as long as you have a couple of roosters. And I'll show you that as well. There is a question I have for you as well then. We've only done gardening giveaways, meaning we've only given away products that can be used in the garden, like our GreenStalk, etc. Would you be interested in giveaways focused around quail at some point in the future? For example, I don't know, maybe some a way for us to a brooder, for example, or we have a really nice incubator set up. So maybe a giveaway like an incubator. If that's something that you're interested in, let us know in the chat. I want to believe said, my landlord said I could have chickens like I had in the past, but I realized I can't care for them like I did before. Well, maybe that's one of the nice things about quail that is really cool, is that they're much easier to care for in the sense that we've got ours in our garage. The only thing that we've really had to deal with is that occasionally some of them disagree with others, and we have to separate them out a little bit. But it's just feed and water that's really simple. It's not like chasing around for chickens. So that might be the way to go. And I'm seeing lots of people say yes, yes, yes to those giveaways. So that's something we're going to keep in mind for future giveaways. I appreciate that. I appreciate those comments and that the affirmation there. One of the things Christina said is that chickens are against the law in her city. Now, for us, in where we live, we can have a grand total of 4 chickens. If we grow chickens, we can have 4 chickens and no roosters. That's what we're allowed to have, and that's not great. That's one of the reasons why we went with quail, because the limits, it's not the same level of restrictions. And so I think that's a huge benefit to growing or to raising quail. So I'm going to show you really quickly where we track all of this information, because I think one of the things that's really cool here is that we have the ability, we have a website laid out right now where we can share all of this information with you. So if you take a look, I'll zoom out first. This is GutenYardening.com. It's really easy. If you know our YouTube channel, and you know Guten Yardening, then GutenYardening.com is where you're allowed, or it's where we I just saw somebody talking about being allowed to raise chickens. It's where we keep all of our information, and we do information here. I'll go to the home screen right now. We do our gardening information, give a little bit of background here to who we are as gardeners, and put some of our content up here, some of the ones that we, some of the videos that we want to talk a little bit more about. And then we keep track of our quail here as well. I'm going to disappear for a second so you can see the full screen of our site. But we've been able to track our journey of raising these quail. And you can see this is updated today, and we're expecting about 20 more eggs today. 20 eggs. We're up to 900, almost 1,000 eggs harvested already. It's gone so fast. It's developed so quickly that we're at that number. And if you take a look, you can see something that just happened in the last 2 days, because we've been tracking our egg production here. So the blue lines here at the bottom, those are our eggs and the number of eggs we're getting daily. So if you asked about consistency, this is when we were getting 11 or 12 consistently. And then as our hens get older, you can see that production going up and up and up to the point where we just got to 19 quail produced yesterday. And I see lots of questions, and I'm going to answer those. And we just had a massive hatching, and so our covey size is now up to 81. 81 quail currently in our garage. There were some questions here. Do we sell quail eggs? We are going to be selling our quail eggs once those numbers get higher. We will definitely be selling quail eggs. In all likelihood, we will also be selling the chicks as well. That's one of the nice things. It's a pretty quick process, less than 3 weeks, and we can replicate. We just had 31 of them hatch, and we still have another 20 or so that should hatch here in the next day or two. So that's one thing. In terms of storing the eggs, just like chicken eggs, if you don't refrigerate them right away, you can keep them outside for a good bit of time. And like I said earlier, though, we typically eat about 25 or so at a time when we want a nice big breakfast scramble. And so that's one of the things that, that means that right now we don't have a ton of extra. Although I can say I've been handing out some in terms of samples to some of the people that I work with and some of the other people in my community. And I can tell you the taste, I think the taste is better, but maybe that's because they're fresh, organically fed quail. But they're definitely as rich as, and maybe a little creamier than chicken eggs, and they have an very similar taste. So if you like chicken eggs, I think you'll like the quail eggs. Nikki asked if we're going to be taking our birds out in the summer. Well, we have room. Right now, we are not, only because the avian flu, the bird flu, is so high, and we are constantly, in fact, I just saw a couple of mallards out there today, and the Canadian geese and a lot of other fowl fly right over top of our place, and we don't want to run that risk for now, but that is definitely something I think we'd like to do in the future, give them a little bit more of that nice open space. Oh, and I'm going to say one more thing. I can't disagree with you here, by the way. I'm going to say one more thing about this, um, about about the quail and the process. They are extremely cold hardy. You know, we're in Zone 5, Wisconsin, and our winters get very cold. Well, our garage stays a little bit warmer, and we had them out there in 14, 15 degrees, no problem whatsoever. So, yeah, it's a if you want to follow that journey, follow what we're doing in terms of growing. That's something that um, I think you can enjoy on our website, GutenYardening.com. Don asked if we've noticed the difference when baking with them. No, other than the fact you have to get used to knowing how many how many they put in a recipe, which again I said it's like 3 to 4 per egg, per chicken egg. I haven't noticed the difference. I think the yolk is a little bit bigger in terms of proportion than anything else. At the end, if you have more questions about quail at the very end of this, I would be very happy to answer them. If you want to stick around after we get through the giveaway, I don't I don't want to pause too long because I want to get to the other giveaways. But please hold your questions or have your questions, keep them around, and I'd love to answer more as I can. Oh, I will show you 2 more pictures though. I can't stop. These are our brand new Celadon quail. So if you've never seen quail eggs before, the ones on the right, the tan and brown spotted ones, that's a standard quail egg. The ones on the left are from our blue eggers. Those are our Celadon quail. They just started laying. We got 3 blue ones today. I think they're absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. I think they taste the same, but it's something to take a look at. And these are some of our chicks that are in our DIY brooder that just hatched yesterday and the day before. And you can see they already, I mean, they grow in size so quickly. Within 2 days, you're trying to figure out how they could have ever fit inside those eggs. Well, it's time. It's time for our first giveaway of a GreenStalk. Now, this is the original 5-tier GreenStalk garden that we're giving away. And so this is the first style that we bought. This is the very first style that we bought, and the first one we grew our potatoes in there. We grew our sweet potatoes in the same style, but there's 10 inches of depth in each one of these tiers. There are 6 pockets, so we're looking at 30 different pockets to grow in, and you can make that decision. Do you want to grow 30 different vegetables? Do you want to grow the same thing in each tier? Do you want to lay out the tier? We're going to be doing a video I would say in the next week or so. That's our goal anyway. We're going to be doing a video talking about the decisions to, how to layer the tiers, how to decide what to plant where on the tiers. So that's something that you can look forward to, especially if you have one of these already and if you're planning to grow in these. So this is, and I have refreshed everything. I've refreshed all the people who have come in late. We're up to, well, I'll show you. We're up to 201 people in here. So we've got lots of people in. in for this. And again, if you came in late, if you're somebody who just entered your name, don't you worry. I got your name in there. We are going to be all set for sure. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up if you are excited for this giveaway. Leave a thumbs up. Click that thumbs up button down at the bottom of the video. We've got 118 people currently watching this live. That is so exciting to us. And thank you. Thank you very much. We're just happy that we're able to do this giveaway for all of you. This is exciting for us. I know it might be exciting for you because you have the potential to win, but we love to give back to our community as much as we can. And so this is an exciting moment for us. And I'm ready to stop talking, and I'm ready to go ahead and get you all to see who our first GreenStalk winner is. All right, so listen, you have to be in the US or Canada. Please keep that in mind. And if you win, you've got to let us know that you're here in the chat. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's spin it. Let's see who's going to win our first of 2 GreenStalk vertical gardens. The winner is Jeanette. It looks like, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. If you are here if you're here, let us know in the chat. If you are here, this is super exciting. The first person that we're giving away our first GreenStalk to is Jeanette. And again, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Please let me know if you are here in the comments. Hello. And also, I think Linda Brown is here as well, our member of our channel. So welcome, Linda. Thank you so much for being here. All right. And I'm seeing lots of congratulations. Is Jeanette in the chat? Someone let me know, please. That would be fantastic. And I'm looking off to the left. You know, there's so many options with this GreenStalk. I'm going to say that even if you haven't tried growing it before, you're going to be able to figure out, probably even beyond what we've done so far, a lot of varieties that you've never even thought of before. And one of the things somebody pointed out to me is that the thing that the GreenStalk does is keeps your stuff up off the ground. So if you struggle with things like slugs, or if you struggle with rabbits getting at your stuff, this is a great way to try to protect them. So I think that's very exciting as well. Has anyone seen, Jeanette, has anyone? No, I don't see any. I don't see her here. So, all right, this is the last call for Jeanette. If she's not in the list, I'm going to remove. No, not here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and remove from the list. I gotta say, this means that somebody else has an opportunity here. So we can't be too sad, right? Here we go. We're going to spin again for the first GreenStalk winner. Let's see. Hopefully this person is here this time. The spinning is happening right now. And the winner this time is Chelsea D. All right. Now, I can't see all of the, unfortunately, the way I'm looking at this stream, I can't see everybody here. So if Chelsea D, if you're here, let us know if you are here in the chat, please. Chelsea D, congratulations. I hope you're here. I hope we get a, oh, it is you, Chelsea Duffy. Hey, that is what I like to see right there. Congratulations, Chelsea Duffy. Well done. So, Chelsea, expect to see an email from contactgutenyardening@gmail.com, and we're going to get your address and all that information, and we will get that sent out to you right away. Okay? Congratulations. I'm impressed. I'm impressed that we've got somebody here. Chelsea, do me a favor. Go ahead and let us know what plants you intend to grow. I'm sure you left it in the comment on the original video, but let us know in the chat down below what you plan to grow in your brand new GreenStalk vertical garden. And let us know what grow zone you're in as well, if you would. Now, Chelsea, unfortunately, I'm going to remove your name now. So you can't win again, but well done. Congratulations. Wow, man, that's exciting. I'm going to go back over here and take, yeah, I like that. A little happy dance for Chelsea. I agree. There is a lot of love in the chat. There should be. I talked about this just recently. Oh, look at this. Chelsea's got the answer right here. Very similar grow zone. I like that, Chelsea. 5B, lots of oh, you were the one with the strawberries, I think. I remember your comment if it's the one I'm thinking of. Excellent. Yeah, there should be a lot of love in the chat. I was talking about this the other day with a very good friend of mine, and I said it's amazing. The gardening community loves to share. They really love to share. It's not just about the knowledge they share. If they have something that you need, there's a lot of that trading, that giving. That's just a big part of our community. So somebody asked how to join. I think somebody said how to join. I'm going to go ahead and post a link one more time. We're up to 200 entries in here, but I'm going to post the link one more time here in case you didn't get in to the giveaway. In case you're not in on the form and you need to get in. Again, it's 1 entry per person, but go ahead and get back in there. We would, there you go. Yep, I got it right in there. Excellent. All right. We've given away 3 items. So the question is, what do we have left? Well, I want you to do a favor for me. Now, I got to hide myself so you can see the first part of this question. This is a tomato plant. This is from today. I actually, from about 2.5 hours ago, when it was still light outside. This is a tomato plant. 1 tomato plant. Well, there are 2 there, but 1 tomato plant. I want you to guess the price. This is at a store. This is at a grocery store. I want you to guess the price of this tomato plant. Let me know what you think. Now, there's no prize for getting it right, but maybe there's a little bit of curiosity as to how much 1 tomato plant. Look at the guesses coming in. Well, they're all over. I got to say, I wouldn't be surprised if it was 25, 30 bucks. I actually, when I saw the price in and of itself, I was pretty shocked because I was sitting there thinking, would I ever pay this amount of money for a single tomato plant when I can take my tomatoes, when I can collect my tomatoes, when I can save 50, 100 seeds? When I do that, would I ever pay this amount? All right. So the amount, can you see it? $17.98. $17.98 for 1 husky cherry red plant. One of the things that I often think about when I think about how we've changed or shifted our mentality here, when I think about the way we focus on saving seeds, the way we think about growing our own food, is how much we aren't spending on things like this. Now, they did have a smaller version for $4 for 1 plant. Again, the cost difference, because it blows my mind, and I don't think it's going to get any lower. And I like what Indiana Backyard Gardener just said. I could never do this. It doesn't make sense. Let's pull this, a strawberry plant for $25. It better have been the nicest, hanging basket, nicest pot, nicest container you've ever seen, maybe made out of solid gold. I don't know. Yeah. So we did our giveaway. Sorry, we did our giveaway or our seed share for the first time this year. And now I'm thinking, if we gave somebody 30 or 40 seeds, what does that mean? 30 or 40 tomato seeds, what does that mean in terms of money? Yeah, I was shocked. I was blown away by this. Absolutely blown away by this price. Not something I ever want to do. What is this? I saw a woman buying 6 pea plants at Menards. Yeah. This is the challenge. I watch people do this all the time, and we've definitely bought seedlings in the past. We've done that. Sometimes you get too far behind. You need to get in there. But even if you're buying seedlings, hopefully the end result is that the next time around you're able to save seeds for the future. That's what I would hope. Anyway, this when I see costs like this, it just reminds me of how much we save in that regard just by planting and saving our own seeds. And again, trying to remove all that reliance on other places. It just makes sense from our point of view. All right. What I want to know now, and I got to hide the comment so you can see it. I want to know, what are your favorite seeds to save? I want to see a couple of comments on that before we get to our next slide. What are your favorite seeds to save? What do you like to? For me, we save tomato seeds for sure. That's right up there. We saved a lot of kale seeds too, and kale is huge for us because it grows so long here in Zone 5 and has so many uses, such a health benefit. I'd say the same thing for spinach and definitely for beans, for sure. Lorna Collins says any type of peppers. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. The peppers are, I think we saved more varieties of peppers this year than we have in years past, and you can't go wrong. And a single pepper produces so many seeds anyway. It's absolutely fantastic. And the other thing is, you save it one year, you may not even need to save it the next year. Although we like to have fresh seeds, but it's so productive, and it's kind of hard to use up all your seeds too, I would say. Ooh, pumpkin, but for eating, not saving. Jennifer, we actually did the same thing a couple of times this year. They're really easy to prepare to eat, aren't they? And they taste so good. Absolutely. Anything you can buy at the store like this, you can make on your own. There's no doubt about it. And this is a goal, Diane. This is an absolute goal. Save a lot of seeds this year. Why not? They're there. They exist. And it doesn't make sense not to save seeds if you have that ability and you haven't got a massive store of them already. We did a seed save from our Sikkim cucumbers. I think some of you probably saw that video. Those really cool Sikkim, they're brown Sikkim cucumbers. And we saved those seeds. They were like $4 for 12, something crazy like that when we bought them. And we saved enough that was the equivalent of $60 worth of seeds. So you can save a good bit of money that way. Absolutely. All right, are you ready? Let's do giveaway number 4. This is another small giveaway. This is another $10 Amazon gift card. A $10 Amazon gift card. I think, why not? Let's do another 10. I think that's a great way to not wrap up, because we're not quite there yet. We're not ready to wrap up. Remember, we still got that other GreenStalk. But I think that's a good way to give away, or a good giveaway for number 4. So another $10 to spend any way you want in the garden. Let's go ahead and take a look at our wheel. We're still at 200. I'm going to go over and just check one more time. Make sure everybody who's in is in. And I'm looking and seeing. Yep, I see we should be in pretty good shape. Yep, absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and get this to spin. So $10 Amazon gift card. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Let's see what we got. Your wish list is long, Indiana Backyard Gardener. I get that. I definitely get that. All right, our winner is Heidi S. Congratulations, Heidi S. Heidi, if you're here in the chat, please say I'm here in the chat and let us know that you have made it in. Congratulations. $10 can, I said it doesn't get you as much as it used to, but there are plenty of options out there. Grow bags, you can get some pretty good grow bags. Heidi S., I see you. Congratulations, Heidi. Well done. And close, not remove. I almost hit remove there. Congratulations on that $10. Well done. And I gotta say, I was thinking about grow bags just the other day because we made the mistake of leaving a couple of them outside, and it turns out that voles like to eat through grow bags similar to the way they like to eat through our sweet potatoes for some reason. I don't know if they thought there was something in the empty grow bags or not, but mistakes were made. So we have a lesson learned right there. Bring your grow bags inside. It's not so bad. All right, let's go back to our stream. But this time, you're not going to have to wait too long. But I wanna send a reminder to you. One more reminder. If you win tonight, look for an email from contactgutenyardening@gmail.com. That's super important that you look for that email. Again, we want to get this ordered right away. What we're going to ask you for in the email, if you are one of the GreenStalk winners, we're just going to ask you for your name and your address so we know exactly where to send it, and we want to purchase that right away. Now, one of the things I can tell you is that GreenStalk is currently has a sale going on, and I'll show you that in a minute, but that means that a lot more people are buying the GreenStalks right now, which also means that if we don't get it in right away, we may have to wait a little longer than we want to. So we want to just make that happen for sure. The seed spacing thing was called a seeding square, and I'll actually put a link to the seeding square in the description of this video. You have to wait till the end of the live stream if you want to wait for it, but I will put a link to the seeding square in the description. It's usually, I don't know what the cost is right now. I haven't looked, but it's usually somewhere between $25 and $35, but well worth the time. And Kim just pointed out that the seeds we sent are growing well. Thank you. Well, we're glad they're growing well. That's fantastic. If anybody got some of the seeds from our seed share and you want to go ahead and send us pictures, we would love to see those pictures. And we plan to do a video where we put some of the photos that people have been sending us from that seed share. We put that together and talk about we'll talk about the experience. So excellent. If you've got some of those seeds and you want to send us pictures, we would love to see that. All right, let's go ahead and give away our our second 5-tier original GreenStalk garden. This is going to be the last GreenStalk we give away, but I wouldn't leave just yet once we've done the giveaway. I mean, it's just me, but I wouldn't leave just yet. This is our second GreenStalk. If you haven't hit the like button on this video, hit the like button on this video. Now don't hit it twice because that makes the like go away, but hit it once. Hit the like button going over in the comments. Let's see some excitement over there for this second GreenStalk that we're giving away. 2 in 1 evening. You know, we absolutely love our GreenStalk. We've experimented. In fact, we have a brand new experiment happening right now. We just showed it in our last video where we're going to grow some vertical roof stout gardens. It's a whole different ball game. We experiment all the time with different types of vertical gardening, but this is the one, in my opinion, this is the one that makes the most sense, whether you're a new gardener or not, if you have a limited space. One of the things we love about this, and if you've never seen one in person, you water the top and you just water the top. Once it gets full at the top, everything flows down and it flows down and it flows down. So you're basically watering one spot. And for this one, which is the original GreenStalk, it's 5 tiers. Then it waters all 5 tiers and it waters the pockets evenly because of the setup. It's absolutely an ideal setup in our opinion for growing whatever vegetable you want to grow because it's so easy to work with. I'm not sitting there watering every single pocket. If I was doing that, that would take too much time, especially considering we have multiple of these GreenStalks here. I want to be able to water in one spot and move on. They're absolutely fantastic. And if you don't win tonight, we're still going to encourage you to consider getting one. But we'll get there in a second. I think what we need to do is to go ahead and give this one away. But again, I wouldn't go anywhere after because it's almost Mother's Day. Well, anyway, I've said too much. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and see who this second winner is for the second GreenStalk vertical garden. Here we go. Let's give it a spin and see who's going to win. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The second winner is Josie Lacaria. I think you just put a comment. If that's you, if JOSLAC is you, then you just won the GreenStalk. Is that you? Please let us know in the comments and say I'm here if that's you. Oh, thank you, Casper. That's very nice for the super sticker. Yes, you are here. I love it. Congratulations. Congratulations. Wow. Take a look at that. We've got 2 GreenStalks that we've given out this evening. Congratulations to our 2 winners. Again, both of you expect an email from us that's going to be headed your way shortly after this live. Now, I'm going to remove you from the list for a reason. All right, so I'm removing you from the list. I'm going to go back to our presentation here and say, again, congratulations. Let me get back to the presentation. If you did not win tonight, again, there is actually a massive sale happening right now. So it's the Mother's Day sale. It ends on the 9th. It ends on the 9th, but right now you can get an original planter for the cheapest we've ever seen it. And we've been part of or involved with GreenStalk in terms of, buying our first one for the past 2 years, for the past 1.5 to 2 years. And this is the cheapest we've ever seen them, $109. Now, in the description of the video, there is a link that you can use, and I will actually put that link here as well. So I'm going to give you that link too, if you want to save an additional $10 off of this. So you would be paying $99 plus shipping. So that, again, I've never seen a $99 GreenStalk before. You can see the original price is $169. So what I want to do, I'll put the link here in that you can use if you didn't win tonight and it's something you're interested in. I actually have to go over here and get this link copied in, but this is an option for you. Again, they only ship to the US and to Canada right now. Okay, and they're right out of Tennessee. That's where they are shipping everything from. They're right out of Tennessee, but this is what they've opened up Canada, which is awesome. Shipping depends on how far you are from Tennessee. It really depends on how far you are from Tennessee. But what we found is when they ship to us, and we're in Zone 5, Wisconsin, so that means we're a little ways away. It's could be about $30 maybe for us, I want to say. So you can go on the website, and I've just posted this. I posted the link and the code Guten, so you get that extra $10 off. You can go on there, and it will calculate the shipping for you before you purchase it, so you can see exactly what it is. So again, oh yeah, 2-day shipping last week, Christina. Wow, yeah, they are actually still pretty quick right now, and I think part of the reason they're pretty quick is because they knew there was going to be a lot when it came to sales, and so they prepped quite a few. So yes, fast, and they are fantastic. Kim, you have 8 of them. That's awesome. I'm not gonna say how many we have yet. I'm gonna let that be part of our reveal as we start with some of our spring and summer content. All right, so I got the link in the description if you're interested. Now, it is almost Mother's Day, and while we cannot give away another GreenStalk, or we're not going to give another GreenStalk, I should say, we are going to do something that's not even in the slideshow because we want to celebrate Mother's Day. And so we're going to give another $20 Amazon gift card. It'll be the last one, but we're going to do a $20 Amazon gift card. And that's why I said don't go anywhere, because we wanted to make that giveaway happen for you. So to celebrate Mother's Day, $20 gift card. This is a special part of the giveaway. You know, normally when we give away, there's not some holiday right around the same time, but this time it just happened to work out. It just happened to work out that way. So let's celebrate it if we've got it. You know what I mean? So we've got our screen back up here. We want to give away $20. But before I click this button, I want to say again, well, let me bring my face back up here so I can actually say it. I want to say thank you so much for all of you who are here tonight. It was absolutely fantastic seeing so many people. We appreciate your support. We appreciate the fact that you watch our content, that you have expressed interest in what we're doing. I will stick around for a little bit after this last giveaway for anybody who has questions that we can answer, and we'll do our best to answer them about Quail or anything else that you have questions about. But again, we appreciate you being here tonight, taking your time out. I know you didn't have to spend an hour with us tonight, but you did, and you made our day, and we appreciate that so much. Now, let's go ahead and let's give away this $20 gift card to one lucky winner. Here we go. $20. Let's see who gets this last Amazon gift card. We've got Sanaya Job. If I'm saying that name correctly, I hope so. If you are here in the chat, let us know. Tell us you are here. Jason, thank you so much. Thank you, all of you, for the kind words in here. We appreciate that so much. Congratulations, Sanaya. And if I'm saying your name incorrectly, I apologize. I would ask you if we were in person. If you are here, please let me know if you are here. I'll look over in the comments here and see if anybody sees Sanaya. $20 can go a long way. This is, you know, the benefit of seeing all of this. The benefit of seeing everyone here is worth every single moment that we've been here. So we appreciate that. I don't see a comment yet. Does anybody see Sanaya in the chat or in the list of people here? Oh, I think you do. Yes? I think you tagged Sanaya, so hopefully that means that you are here. It looks like, yes. I don't know. I unfortunately can't see the names, but let's see. Off to the side, I will see. I'm looking off to the side here. I'm just checking. I'm just scrolling through the chat. If I don't see her yet, if she doesn't show, if she doesn't comment, then what I'm going to do is spin it again. So no Sanaya in the list. You know what that means? We've got to spin it again. Boy, I tell you, just at the moment when anticipation had lowered, we're going to spin again. We're going to remove, and here we go. 3, 2, 1, spin it again. We're going to see exactly what we got. Thank you for all of you watching out there, looking out for me. I appreciate that very much. And this time the winner is Rebecca Kozik. If you are in the chat, Rebecca, please let us know. And if you see her in the comments, that would be, the tension is right, Danielle. All right, Rebecca, are you here in the chat, in the comments? Let us know. Just say, I am here, and we will get this $20 sent your way. For those of you who won the gift cards today, we do it a little bit. Rebecca's not here. We do a little bit of a different. We don't need your address. We just send it to you via email. So if you won an Amazon gift card tonight, please make sure that you actually have, that you check your email for something from Amazon. That's who it comes from. No Rebecca in the list? Wow. Okay. All right. You know what? Nobody minds a second, a third, a fourth chance, right? I mean, I know I don't mind an additional chance. Okay, here we go. Again, the spin. The win for the spin goes to Charles Lemansky. All right. Let's see if we got Charles Lemansky here. Now, Charles, these comments are fantastic. Charles Lemansky, squasher my feet. Yes, here we go. Charles is not here. Okay, no Charles. Well, let's get Charles. If Charles isn't here, we will spin again. You know what? Oh, he is here. Charles is here. Charles, if you are here, go ahead and leave it in the comments. He's here. He's here. Okay. I got it. He's here. He's here. That's oops, that's not the one. Yes, he's here. That's what I need. That's all I need to know. I need to know he's here. So Charles, $20 Amazon gift card coming your way. Now, so here's what I would like to do. We will send out emails to each of you because I have all that information. That's coming your way. If you are somebody who would like to stick around, if you have questions, if there are things that you'd like to know more about our plans, if you have questions again about the quail, because I know there was actually quite a bit of question about that earlier, then stick around on the live. I am here. I am looking over to the comments now. I'm ready to answer questions. Thank you all so much. For those of you who were here for the first time, welcome. We hope you enjoy our channel going forward. For those of you who are on every one of our lives, thank you so much for all your support. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. I got that he's here. We're fantastic. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. We 100% appreciate that. Happy Mother's Day again to all of you out there. Yeah, it's a fantastic time, and we really appreciate your presence here on the giveaway. For those of you who have questions, we're looking over at the comments right now. If you didn't hit the like on your way out. Again, the more you hit the like, the more you like our videos, the more YouTube spreads them out on our algorithm. All right, Quail Talk it is. So for those of you who are sticking around for the Quail Talk, I want to say a couple of things about the quail. And Linda, thank you so much. We appreciate your support. We truly appreciate your support, Linda. Thank you. For the quail, one of the things that we've learned is that we don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on cages. We've been building our own cages, and I know I didn't really, I talked about that in one of our recent videos. We've been building our own cages. We've been using dog crates as cages. So that's one of the pieces that we've learned. So we're not spending as much money as some other pieces. What we've also learned is an answer to this question, which is how noisy are the quail? I think I saw somebody comment earlier that the quail are, the hens don't make much noise at all. They have a soft cooing sound. They have like a, well, I'll just call it a soft cooing sound. It's almost like a chirping sound. The roosters sound like a parrot talking. Not the same sound, but the volume wise, they sound a little bit like that. They're not nearly as loud as chickens. That's been my experience so far. The roosters are not nearly as loud as chickens, but you also don't need as many roosters as hens. And what we try to have, the ideal from what we've been researching, is somewhere in the neighborhood of about 5 to 1, 5 hens to 1 rooster if you want your eggs to be fertilized. And so you don't need as many. You don't need as many roosters, and so you don't have that massive volume. If you do have a large number of roosters, you can remove some of those. But you have to remember too, in all of this, that we're just getting started, and so we've only been raising quail for about 4 or 5 months, and so that means that we're having fun learning along the way, and there's a lot that we have to learn still. But it's been fun to see. It's been fun to go through this. I'd say we decided to raise quail after seeing a couple of videos online. Katernik's Corner is fantastic. He has a lot of great content. But we decided to raise them in part because we didn't see the real benefit of only being able to have 4 hens. At the time, the cost here was over $100 just for the permit to raise the chickens. for 4 hens, $100, and then you had to pay $15 every year after that, like renewable. They've changed that since. In fact, I just called to ask about ducks the other day, and they said that they've since changed that requirement, and now it's only $35. But even so, you know, it's cost prohibitive for us in some ways to try to raise a whole bunch of, well, four hens when we could actually have a whole bunch more of the quail. And as long as we're protecting the feed and not letting them throw feed everywhere, you know, we're not having such a bad time with that. I would say that the jumbo quail eggs, we haven't tried out the jumbo quail eggs. I know the first time we placed our first order December 22nd, I want to say. Yeah, December 22nd was our first order when we got our standard teens. We didn't even get eggs. We got them shipped as teens. They sent us 10. We stay with live birds initially. We thought that would work well, and they shipped really well from My Shire Farm. That's where we got our first set of teens. So they sent us 10. They call them teens. They're like 4 weeks old, 3.5, 4 weeks old. So they're already away from needing the heat of the brooder, and but they were unsexed. So we didn't actually know at the time how many of the teens were going to be roosters, how many were going to be hens. So one thing you run into if you buy that way. We ended up with 6 hens from that set of 10, and so it's not an ideal ratio, but that got us started because within a few weeks we were getting eggs. We were getting upwards of a half a dozen eggs. We started with that. We then went with our second purchase was 6 females, just 6 hens, so they were sexed already. So we knew what we were getting into, and that's where we ended up with, between everything, we ended up with 11 on here, 11 total hens. At the start, and that's when we started laying our own. We haven't gone jumbo, although I've heard really good things about the jumbo. I know they're supposed to be a good bit bigger. Early on, we were weighing, and I'm actually going to pull up the website here. But early on, we were weighing our quail eggs regularly because we wanted to see, the average egg size. And what we found is that most were falling in that 13-gram weight size. But every once in a while, we would get a double yoker, and it could be 20, 22 grams. It's pretty cool, and it wasn't all that rare. So we have them ranging anywhere from about 9 grams, which are really small ones. That's not as common, upwards of about 15 to 16 grams. That's about average size. In terms of what they eat, we start them off with a mix, and again, this is us learning. In terms of what they eat, we start them off with a mix of a 30%. It's a Purina, a 30% protein mix for starter birds. That's where we start them, and then once they hit egg laying size, we drop it down to an organic 16% mix. So the mixes we buy them from Tractor Supply. That's the place closest to us that has the organic variety that we want. The mixes are 40-pound bags. They're somewhere between $18 to $25 a bag. And the bags last for a couple of weeks at least. One of the things we want to do is to create a video where we detail the breakdown per egg cost, so you can get an idea behind that. But we're kind of waiting for the number of hens to settle out so that we can get an idea. We want to see how many eggs we're getting and lay it out that way so it makes sense. So we're not just coming up with random thoughts there. We want a real precise amount. The 30% that we give to the game birds is from 0 to 8 weeks. So after 8 weeks, then we shift over because they don't need as much protein at that point. And you mentioned building your own cages. They're not hard to build. The one thing I'll say is that For us, it was an upfront cost of getting the larger amounts of the wire, because we're building all wire cages. But then you can build so many cages. I've been given an order for 2 more cages to build here, so I have some more to build. They only take a couple of hours, and we ordered that wire from Amazon. Really simple to build, and Katernik's Corner has a great video on that. That's what we used. In terms of the brooder or incubator, so we bought a plastic container, like a big tub, for $13 from the store. So you can get them at Walmart, wherever you want to get them. About $13 is the tallest and biggest one that we could find. We drilled holes in the sides, and we have some lights and heat mats. So we put heat mats on the bottom, much like you would put underneath your seedlings, your tomato seedlings or whatever. We have heat mats on the bottom to keep the warmth there. That increases the temperature about 10 degrees above the temperature of the air. So we have the heat mats underneath. We have our lights up top. And the lights are ones that we use in our grow room anyway. They don't even have to get all that hot. And then we just keep a temperature gauge in there. So the total cost for the setup is around $25, maybe $30 max for a brooder. And again, it's homemade. So it's not like it's something that we're spending a lot of money on outside of. In terms of the incubator, we've had success. We've done now, we're about to have our 3rd hatching from our inexpensive brooder. When I say inexpensive brooder, it's about $70. We have a nicer one that's about twice that price that we're using right now as well, and it performs very well. But the inexpensive one, as long as you keep an eye on the water, $70 seems like a lot up front, but if you think about long term, how many eggs you can hatch out of there, the incubator, I'm sorry, $70 for the incubator, that price is not nearly as bad as some of the ones that are $400 or $500. So I think you can do well. I'm looking through the idea of worried about inbreeding them. So we haven't really had any issue. Again, we're just new to this piece, but it seems like that's not really an issue with them. One thing that they've suggested to us is if we have any birds that are really violent or really problematic, attacking other birds, they suggest that you get rid of those birds right away. And by they, I mean the people we watch, like Katernik's Corner, some of the others. I've even seen, I'm a part of a Quail Facebook group, and a lot of people make that suggestion as well. But again, we're just getting started. We have to sort all that out. We have a lot of learning to do on that front, for sure. Quail in an apartment. Well, I know some people who set up their quail indoors. I've seen pictures of it. I don't know. We use a deep bedding system, and so with our deep bedding, where we're consistently adding a layer of wood chips as their waste collects. One of the things we've learned about that is that there's still a bit of a smell, but if you keep it dry, it's not as much of a smell. But I don't know if I'd want to do it indoors, but I mean, I guess that's possible as well. What do I think about chicken tunnels? Yeah, I don't know much about this piece at all. I know what you're talking about. I don't know much about this piece, other than to say it probably depends on how many. It probably depends on your own patience. I really don't know what I would say. We're keeping ours indoors right now. I mentioned earlier because of the avian flu, but I think you could probably. I mean, I don't know. Why not? Why not? Oh, that's tough. I'm sorry. I just saw this. I just saw this notification. I don't know why they do that. I know it's a slight topic change. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's annoying. I don't know why they did that. And don't apologize for the questions, by the way. Don't do that. That's why we're here. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's the smell of the urine, there's the smell of their waste, etc. Again, having them a bit away, it makes more sense in my mind. I get that. Well, it looks like our questions are kind of up here for now. Again, we're just learning the process with the quail. That's the piece that I would say I'm really excited about, because as we're learning the gardening, we can learn this other piece, and now we can add another level of that. We haven't had to buy eggs now for 2 months plus. So I mean, in my mind, that's already, we're ahead of the game there. That's such a benefit. Um, and I would also say, the meat piece is going to come along as well. We haven't gotten to that point yet, though. That's a little ways down the road. But definitely check us out, track us on the website if you want to see how our covey is growing, etc. Thank you. Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's been fun for me to hang out as well. Thank you all so much for being here. It was my pleasure to stick behind, and thank you all for coming to the live tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I've got some green stalks to order, so you all enjoy yourselves. We will see you all, and keep an eye out. We should have our next video out on Tuesday, okay? All right. Have a great night. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much. See you later. Good night.